Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with my Game of Thrones Season 5 review. Of course, this is the final complete season of Game of Thrones right before the Season 6 premiere tomorrow. Season 6 is finally here. It's just around the corner. Tomorrow night it premieres, and I couldn't be more excited to see Season 6 because it is the one season that no one legitimately knows what's going on. It's the first season to surpass the books, so I'm very, very excited for tomorrow. But right now, we're going to focus on Season 5 of Game of Thrones. Like I said, the final complete season right now. That's out and everyone knows about. As you guys can see, I don't have the Blu-ray or DVD copy of Season 5 yet. I've got to go out and get it. I just haven't had the time and had the money to go get it, so that's why I don't have the physical copy of the Blu-ray itself. But I have some pictures, as you guys are seeing right now. I'll put some pictures up of the artwork and everything of the Blu-ray and whatnot. And if you guys want a better look at the Blu-ray, just on YouTube, on here, just search Game of Thrones Season 5 Blu-ray, and I'm pretty sure you'll see a lot of videos of people showing the Blu-ray, so you can just go watch one of those if you want to see the artwork and everything. But, yeah, Season 5 Game of Thrones, I gotta say, this was more of a slowed down season. You know, we definitely had a lot of slow things going on, not really too much, but towards the end of the season, it definitely kicked in. You definitely had a lot of great things happening towards the end of the season, a lot of big things. And, you know, in my opinion, the last 3 or 4 episodes are just the best of the season. And I believe, I forgot what episode it might have been. It might have been episode 6, 7, or 8. I don't remember which episode it was that I felt this way about, but honestly, one of those episodes were one of the best episodes in the entire series so far, in my opinion. And, you know, watching this season, I thought watching it, you know, this is just a big setup for Season 6, just because of the pacing of it and how slow it was and really wasn't progressing all that much. And in a sense, I do believe I was right. I feel like, especially towards the end of the season, it is just a big setup for Season 6. But it doesn't mean it's a bad season by any means. Definitely, you know, it's still a great season, and it's just slow down, and just like I said, it's to build a bigger picture for Season 6. So, Season 5 was a fun season to watch for the most part. Still, you do have a lot of big things happen as well, so that's why Season 5 is a big part of the series. But in Season 5, you do have your first flashback shown in the series with Cersei, yeah, showing her as a kid. It is the very first flashback, which I heard Season 6 will have a lot of flashbacks, so it's kind of prologuing what's going to happen in Season 6 as well with the flashback. So you do have your first flashback of the series. You pretty much had the aftermath of Tywin's death. You know, Cersei and Jaime pretty much mourning it, and you know, Jaime pretty much getting the blame for freeing Tyrion, who killed Tywin in the last season. So you pretty much have the aftermath of that. The Sons of Harpy, they attack Meereen for the first time, taking out some of the Unsullied soldiers. So you have that. You have Varys, who convinces Tyrion to meet up with Daenerys Targaryen. You know, Daenerys is one of the people fighting for the Iron Throne, so Varys pretty much convinces Tyrion that she is the best choice for the Iron Throne, and pretty much convinces to try and meet up with her to help her case with the throne. And then you have Jon Snow meet up with Stannis, and Stannis pretty much tells him to convince Mance Rayder to bend the knee. Mance Rayder refuses to do it, so therefore Stannis tries to burn him alive. As he's burning, you know, Jon Snow wants to show mercy, does not want Mance Rayder to die that way in front of his people, therefore shoots a bow and arrow right through his heart, killing him, showing him mercy instead of burning alive. So, you got that, and then you have Arya, who finally arrives in Bravos to go to the House of Black and White to try and find Jaqen Gahar, trying to find him, you know, and to become a faceless person. You have Jaime, who gets Bronn and tries to venture with him to go to Dorne to save Myrcella. So they're going to venture to Dorne to save her. Brienne and Podrick, they actually find Sansa Stark. They find her and try to convince her to come with them, but Sansa pretty much, you know, flips the roll back, saying how you expect to protect me when you couldn't protect my mother. Pretty much turning the table around on Brienne. So they end up not, you know, weren't able to successfully protect Sansa and get him to go with them. So Sansa stayed with Peter instead. Stannis offers Jon Snow the North. You know, he pretty much tells Jon, hey, you bend the knee to me and, you know, pledge my service. I'll reward you, and rewarding you so, I'll name you Jon Stark, Lord of Winterfell, and you give me the North. So Stannis gave Jon a very tempting offer, but in the process of that, Jon Snow is elected the brand new Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. So Jon Snow is now the Lord Commander, which is pretty cool. And Dany, you know, she's just pretty much ruling over Meereen still. So, you know, you see her just ruling over Meereen. You know, then you had Peter, who took Sansa to Winterfell to bewed her to Ramsay Snow. He pretty much, you know, told her, since he's now, or technically her uncle, he pretty much told her, you know, you need to avenge your family, and to do so, the best thing to do right now is to marry back into Winterfell, who's being ruled by the Boltons. So she is being pretty much bewedded to Ramsay Bolton, and a whole deal that Peter's doing with the Boltons and whatnot. which is part of his master plan, which you'll find out later on the season. Jon Snow pretty much tells Stannis no to his offer. It's a tempting offer, but he's vowed to the Night's Watch, especially now he's Lord Commander. He's going to stay there and Lord Command the Night's Watch. Tyrion on the road to Marine with Varys is abducted by Jorah Mormont, who takes him to take him back to Daenerys because he Daenerys pretty much got rid of him and told him to never come back, and he thinks to win her back, Tyrion is the thing that will win her back. So Tyrion's motive was already to go to Marine. Jorah does not know that, so he kidnaps Tyrion, thinking that he's doing himself a favor, but he's actually doing both a favor. So you see abduct Tyrion. The Sparrows. He introduces them, the High Sparrow and the Sparrows. They arrest Loras for pretty much being gay to his homosexuality. They arrest him for that. Sir Barristan is unfortunately is killed in battle with the Sons of Harpy. They do an attack, and him and Grey Worm are in some other unsullied battle. The Sons of Harpy, sorry. And Sir Barristan is killed in the process, and Grey Worm is severely injured in that battle. So Sir Barristan died, unfortunately. Sansa, when she's at Winterfell, she's reunited with Theon, who she discovers Theon, when she wasn't supposed to, but she does. So she briefly reunites with Theon. Stannis' army leaves Castle Black for Winterfell. He's marching to pretty much battle the Boltons and try to take over the north. So you see Stannis on the march to Winterfell. And Tyrion and Jorah are attacked by stone men, who if you get touched by a stone man, you get pretty much get grayscale and you're pretty much screwed. So they get attacked there, and Tyrion does not know, but Jorah actually gets grayscale because he is touched by one of the stone men. So you do see him his grayscale growing onto him, and that's going to lead in season 6 as well. You saw Hakaara training Arya. Sorry, I kind of butcher some of the names. I'm trying to get through this video, so sometimes in the process I'll butcher some names like that. He decides to train Arya to make her one of the, become a no one. She's trying to become no one in the process. Jaime and Bronn finally reach Dorne to try and rescue Marcella, and then you see Sansa Stark finally marry Ramsay Bolton. You see their wedding, and then of course in the process at the end of the episode you see Ramsay consummate the marriage, even though Sansa doesn't want to do it. Ramsay consummates the marriage, pretty much raping her in the process in front of Theon Reek, who has to watch him do it in the process. So that was an intense scene there, watching Ramsay rape Sansa right in front of Theon. So that was a tough scene to sit through, honestly. You have Jon Snow, who leaves Castle Black for Hardhome with Tormund, trying to get the rest of the wildlings to cross over to get through Castle Black to go on the other side of the north. So you have him lead for Hardhome, and when he leaves for Hardhome, unfortunately, Master Aemon dies of old age. Nothing really happened to him. He was old, so he died of old age. Tyrion and Jorah are caught and pretty much made slaves who fight in the pits for Dany. They convince the slave owner to hey, let's fight for Marine. So they go to Marine. They fight. Jorah wins. And Tyrion introduces himself to Dany, so he finally meets Daenerys, finally, after traveling to Marine, getting enslaved in the process. So he finally, was able to meet Daenerys. And then you have Cersei. Cersei gets arrested because the High Sparrow pretty much knows about the affair she had with Jaime Lannister, the incest thing. It's against the gods. So Cersei is arrested and imprisoned. So she finally got what she deserved after 5 seasons or 4 seasons. Finally, the 5th season, she got what she deserved. Cersei, pretty much refuses to confess what she's done after she's arrested. Reek pretty much tells Sansa that he didn't kill the Stark boys. He's pretty much confessing all the things he didn't do that he admitted that he said he did. So Sansa's pretty much getting more light to her brothers not being murdered, or at least Bran and Rickon. They're still alive. And then you have the battle at Hardhome. Jon Snow finally arrives at Hardhome, and of course, when he's there, the White Walkers they appear, followed by their king. They attack Hardhome, so you have a huge battle at Hardhome. One of the most epic battles of the series, in my opinion. Jon Snow battles White Walkers in the process, killing one of them with his sword. So you had an epic battle at Hardhome, and then the ending with Jon Snow finally leaving Hardhome on the ship, staring back at Hardhome, and then the king of the White Walkers just staring down Jon Snow and doing the rise for the dead wildlings that were killed, rising with the White Walkers was just such an intense scene right there. That was just absolutely awesome. Absolutely loved that scene at episode 8 at the end after the Battle of Hardhome. You have Shireen, who Stannis sacrificed for the better good. He thinks for him to win because Missandei pretty much tells him she needs blood from a king, but or a king or a queen or a bloodline from the king to be sacrificed to help his case. So he ends up sacrificing Shireen. Another scene that's pretty hard to sit through, in my opinion. Jon and the Wildlings arrive at Castle Black. Jon's letting them go through Castle Black to go on the other side of the north. And then the Sons of Harpy attack Daenerys at a battle in the pits. They do a big attack, and we think all lost. Hope is lost. Drogon appears and saves Dany from being killed. So that was another epic scene there. Honestly, episodes 7, 8, 9, and 10 in this season were just so good. Great episodes. And then, of course, in the last episode, you have Sam and Gilly who head to Old Town to, Sam wants to become a master or a maester. And he thinks better off for Gilly to be there too. So he ends up taking, they head to Old Town. Stannis, he finally walks north. He gets to Winterfell, and, half his army's gone because when he sacrificed Shireen, half his army pretty much left him for that reason because they didn't agree with it. So they left. Stannis marches to Winterfell, battles the Boltons, loses in the process, unfortunately. So Stannis loses the battle against the Boltons. But when he loses the battle, he's trying to get away. But before he can get away, Brienne confronts him, who's pretty much been on a mission to kill Stannis since Season 2, since Renly died. Pretty much tells Stannis any last words. Stannis tells her to do her duty, and then she kills Stannis. So Stannis not only is defeated in battle, but he's killed by Brienne after the battle. So Stannis is now gone, unfortunately. I like Stannis, so that's why I said unfortunately. So sucks to see him go. Theon and Sansa, they escape Winterfell. When Ramsay was in battle, coming back to Winterfell, Theon kills Miranda, and him and Sansa jump the wall of Winterfell. So they do a big jump. And they obviously escape because they've seen the previews for season 6. They're obviously fine. So they escape Winterfell. Marcella dies. She's poisoned by the sand. The sand is a family, by the way, not actual sand. If you watch the series, you know. So Marcella is poisoned. She dies. Arya becomes blind because she killed the wrong men that she was supposed to kill. She went for revenge rather than what she was supposed to do. So, and pretty much in punishment, Arya is blinded for her actions. Dany is fined by Dothraki army. Sorry. After Drogon takes her, pretty much she walks off, and she's attacked, or not attacked, but she's found by Dothraki army, who we'll see what happens in season 6. Cersei does a walk of shame, I should say, after she confesses to what she's done. They say in order to allow her to go back, she has to do the walk of shame, so she walks all the way back to her castle, pretty much doing the shame walk. Then, of course, at the end of the season, you have the big thing, which was the assassination of Jon Snow. Of course, Jon Snow was told that his uncle Benjamin has been found by a wildling. So, of course, they lured Jon Snow out of his office or, whatever, to go on the outside. Finds a sign that says traitor, turns around and is stabbed by Alistair Thorne and other Night's Watch members. And when he's on his knee, pretty much about to die, Ollie comes out, does the final blow, and Jon Snow falls back to his death. And Jon Snow is dead, which was a huge thing. One of the biggest things happened in the show. Whether he's officially dead is unknown. Of course, season 6, a big thing that revolves around it is Jon Snow really dead? Technically, he's dead, but the question is he going to remain dead? So that's a big thing leading to season 6. So like I said, you have a lot of things that were a big setup for season 6, especially in the last episode. Season 10 was a big deal. A lot of things set up for the next season. So that's why, like I said at the beginning of the video, season 5 was pretty much a big setup for season 6. Still a great season. Like I said, the last 4 episodes were just really good episodes. The Battle of Hardhome was epic, especially the intense showdown. So you do have a lot of great moments in this season, but it's just more slowed down than it was the last couple seasons. So great stuff from season 5. Season 6 is tomorrow. I couldn't be more excited for it. Like I said in my previous reviews, I will be doing an episode review of season 6 episode 1 after it airs tomorrow night, so stay tuned for that. Season 6 tomorrow. extremely excited, extremely happy for it as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the reviews. Hope you guys enjoyed the Game of Thrones series that I did for the seasons 1 through 5, reviewing them. Hope you guys enjoyed the videos. And yeah, season 6 tomorrow. And until then, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching the video.